another week of Q&A with Coach Tandar on Q&A Thursday. I hope you guys are doing well, and I have a great question today. It's about a resolution, so I won't keep you waiting. We'll get to it straight away. Here we go. Dear Coach, I recently came upon your webinar on self-love and really enjoyed watching it. One word really resonated with me, which you had written in the blog itself, and it is resolution. You put it as re plus solutions equals creating new solutions. Can you tell me how I can go about making new solutions as I have already tried everything? Thank you, M. Thank you so much, M, for writing in. That's a very good question. It's quite valid, actually. And what I wanted to explain to you off the bat is resolution. Actually, I divided to re-solutions, meaning making new changes, making new solutions, creating new solutions. So that requires change. That requires people getting over their fears. That requires people aligning their values. It also requires people to be open to change and embrace it. The 60% of people who make resolutions fail at that because their values and their solutions, their goals that they have set are not aligned. For example, if someone says, I want to go out and get healthy and get to the gym and lose weight, 50 pounds, 20 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever that is, if their values, the first most important value to them is partying and celebrating, these two will clash. Obviously, these two will not be aligned. What I do usually with my clients is the first thing I sit down to do with them is to go over their values and make sure they're aligned, they're centered, as well as going over what fears they have, what scares them. What is it? Some people have fear of failure. So if you have a fear of failure, you constantly might self-sabotage yourself and not be able to make your goals. You would be fearful of failing. So then you would stop anyway. People self-sabotage themselves that way. So people would come up with different excuses not to face that. So these are the things I do. But because we're not sitting one-on-one, I do have some solutions for you to think about. And hopefully these will kind of guide you in a way to make sure your resolutions become new solutions and you take care of all those challenges and make it happen. The first thing I would suggest to you is make it attainable. Make it something that is achievable. If you say in the next 6 months I want to lose 50 pounds, it's not a bad goal to have, but because it's in such a big chunk, you might think that you might not be able to achieve it. So break it down to how many pounds or kilos you want to lose in, let's say, a month, and then bring that down to how much would that be per week, and then how much would that be per day, and what does it take per day for me to do? What steps do I need to take in order to get to that end big goal? So make it attainable. It's not bad to set big goals, or if you want to have your own business or you want to quit smoking or whatnot, break it down to smaller chunks, and those are more achievable than anything else. The second thing I can tell you is give yourself room for error. A lot of people do make mistakes. They fall down. They don't go to the gym. They might end up drinking one night and having a burger and fries and whatnot. And after that, they're like, well, I gave up. See, it didn't happen. My resolution out the door right there. You gotta give yourself permission to make mistakes sometimes. So give yourself the permission that I will give myself permission to fail 5 times. Write it on your wall and say, within the next 6 months, I will have 5 times that I can fall. And if I use all those coupons, then there will be a punishment for me or something. Put yourself in charge of those falls and in charge of standing up again. So it's all in your own control, nothing else. The third thing I can suggest to you is keep motivated. You gotta keep motivated every day. You gotta keep yourself going. You gotta keep energized. Let's say, for example, if it's snowing outside or it's pouring rain or something comes up, you wanna go exercise, but there's phone calls after phone calls and you're stuck. find a way to be active. Jump up and down with a jump rope, or get a hula hoop, something that you can do indoors and keep you active and keep your mind going. Put some music on. The simplest thing is put some music on, dance a little. It takes only 10 minutes to change the whole state, and you'll still be active. Your mind will be going, you'll be motivated. Look at your goals and make it all happen. And the last tip I have for you is be aware of your fears. Fears turn in front of you when you're least expected, when you're not even thinking about it, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know why, I just give up, I don't know, I don't want this. Actually, you know what? And then you come up with 10,000 excuses and try to make yourself feel better and try to tell others that this is why you didn't do it. That's because there's a fear at the root of that. It could be a fear of maybe I'm not worth it, maybe fear of I'm a failure, I can't do this, this is not for me. Once you know what they are, and when they're creeping up in different forms as excuses, as blaming, as all these other things, you can stop it in its track and say, you know what, my goals are way bigger than my fears. I have to achieve this, and that's why that 40% probably make it to their goals and achieve those solutions. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and those of you who have started your resolutions for this year, and I'm sure you're all going in there fully charged. If you have any questions, do write me. I would love to answer that. And please keep me updated with your progress. Until next week, keep happy and healthy.